Hey, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm Hayley. It's awesome to talk to you. And if you don't mind, we're going to kick things off with a little bit of an icebreaker. Is that okay?
Sure, why not?
So I play 5 o'clock on the spot with my listeners, meaning I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer three different questions. Are you up for the challenge?
Oh my God, I'm not good at this kind of stuff. So
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll try.
Three of your favorite tattoos.
um, this skull guy on my hand, my back piece, and my Sonic the Hedgehog tattoo.
There you go. See, I decided
Easy.
a little bit harder. You got 5 seconds. Tell me three bad Valentine's Day gifts.
Three bad Valentine's Day gifts. Pair of socks, milk chocolates if you're a vegan, and a sausage.
Perfect. Last one, and then we'll call it quits. You ready?
Okay.
Three super underrated bands.
Underscores. City Sleeps and Unbroken Wings.
I think you're a natural at this. I think you got it just fine. Thanks for being a champ about it. We'll get down to business now. It's good to talk to you. We've been playing Die For You here on The Buzz, and we love it. We appreciate that song, and that's probably been one of my favorite songs that you put out in a while. So we
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Last week at the Brit Awards, sharing a stage with Ed Sheeran, that was really cool to see.
That was a
And
bit mental, wasn't it?
yeah, and surprised that you have a studio version coming of that too.
Yes, it sounds really cool. So
Yeah.
excited.
So what was it like working with somebody like an artist like Ed Sheeran?
It was amazing, to be honest. It's so weird because he's like, I know people say it's about pop stars and whatever, and oh, they were so down to earth, but like genuinely, like he's that down to earth and like normal. That you just forget that he's one of the biggest artists in the world. You know what I mean? Like met lots of famous people and stuff, and rarely met someone who's like a bad person or bad energy. But when someone's that big, you get that kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? There's a bubble around them, almost like this person's on a different level. Do you know what I mean? They're cut from a different cloth. Where, yeah, you have to keep reminding yourself, oh, this guy is like one of the biggest musicians in the world. You know what I mean? Because he's just so, yeah, just normal and just straight dude. You know what I mean? It's just like it makes it really easy because you don't feel like intimidated or like, I'm going to say the wrong thing or whatever. And yeah, it was great. I obviously has a lot of respect for our band, and like he was really excited to do this, and like he was kind of acting like we wouldn't want to do it. You know what I mean? Whereas we were like we were just like, this is mental. Obviously, it's crazy, and it might be one of them things on paper. Like, is this going to work? But it's kind of the challenges we like to give to ourselves. So, yeah, it was just and it all so easy. It all worked really easily. Like, it'd be nice to say, oh yeah, we put a lot of hard work and all that stuff, but the song was already written. We just rocked it up a bit and yeah, made it sound like one of our own.
Yeah. If there's any other artists that you could collaborate with, who do you think that would be if you had to pick one?
I went to school with the guys from Arctic Monkeys, and we're actually headlining Reading Leeds this year together. And I don't know how it worked, but that would be. I really love that band as well, which I think is really nice. Like that would be like a cool, like something I could imagine working, and something really cool. I mean, there's loads of artists that I'd love to work with, but off the top of my head, they're like one that I think, oh, that would be cool.
And I mean, for music fans, but for music makers too, especially, we're just all happy that music is finally back after the last couple of years. And it's like we're getting to a groove of kind of getting back to normal here, which is so great. And I hate to bring up, what happened like when everything started happening 2 years ago. But as an artist, how did you pass the time when, like, in the last 2 years?
We threw ourselves into music and we figured out how to basically write and record remotely. So look, we thankfully had that, because I think I would have gone. I mean, I went a bit crazy anyway, but like would have literally lost it if I didn't. We couldn't still make music and release it and stuff. you know, it felt very important at that time when, you know, not a lot of artists could do that. We felt like we make all our music on a computer anyway, and then record anything extra after. So like that was already there. So like it felt important that we made music for, like, especially for our fans that were like going through this really dark place and that are always there for us. We're like, this is that time we can be there for them, you know?
Absolutely. Is there anything new that you learned about yourself? Because I mean, getting out of the groove of, you know, always, you know, making music and touring on top of it, you know, you just, me personally, I had a lot of time to think and reflect, you know? So is there anything new that you learned about yourself in the process?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, stuff got quite dark for me, if I'm honest. Like, just, I thought like I dealt with a lot of issues that I had in my life, and I realized that I hadn't dealt with them. And obviously when everything stopped, they all just came back to the forefront. And I think I thought I was healed, where I was more like distracted because the band and everything, you know. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, where it's like when everything stopped and you had time to think and reflect, you're like, oh shit, like I'm not happy with this aspect of my life, or oh, this is still a problem for me. I just haven't thought about it in so long because I've been so busy. And so like I had like a lot of work to do on myself, and like, which was great because it needed to happen. I just, you know, it's one of those, like, you just feel like you're never ready, or you never got time to actually do the work on yourself. So yeah, for me, it was like a whole thing of just like sorting my head out a bit, which was, you know, it was hard, but it was also like, I'm so thankful that I got that opportunity, because it's just so hard when everything's, you know, day-to-day life for everyone these days is just at 100 miles per hour, you know.
There was some comfort in knowing that, okay, I'm not alone. This is crazy for everybody. Like, I would be worried if anybody was feeling normal at this time. But Bring Me the Horizon is on the road this year, right? In 2022?
Yes. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, right? Finally. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How do you think touring will be different this year versus the others, without, you know, the exception of the obvious? But how are things going to be different as far as when it comes to, you know, especially when it comes to restrictions and mandates and stuff like that?
You know, I haven't been keeping up with like the general consensus I get. I don't know how it is in America, but it's like everything's kind of just disappearing in that aspect. I think it's very important that we all look after each other and do what we need to, but feels like we're kind of getting to a point where it's like we have to learn to live with this virus. And do you know what I mean? It's down to each person's kind of discretion whether they want to go out and risk, you know, catching the virus and stuff. But I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how it feels over there, but in England it very feels like much like we've accepted that like this virus is here to stay, and it's the more people catch it and can't continue, it'll be like, you know, the common cold or whatever. I mean, don't quote me on any of this because I'm not a doctor, but like, to me, it feels like it's, you know, we're accepting that we can't get rid of it and we need to start moving forward with life. It's, you know, it's a tough decision for anyone to make, because it is, you know, it's unprecedented really times but I do think, hopefully we start to see some kind of return to normal way of life this year.
Sure. Yeah. And I don't know if you can spill any secrets, but are you coming to the Nashville area anytime this year or anytime soon?
I don't know, but I know we're obviously coming for When We Were Young Festival in October, so we're definitely not just going to come for that. So.
Oh my God. There's so many people that are like, there's no way this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. I'm like, wait, what? Like, it's going to be crazy. And a lot of people are comparing it to like Fire Festival. They're like, there's no way this is going to happen. But oh my God.
I think that's amazing that people are being like that. Despite there's literally no connection to Fire Festival and that festival whatsoever. I think it's cool that people are that in awe of the lineup that they think it's going to be some kind of like, it's not real or it's going to be some kind of disaster, but it's happening, and it's, you know, all those bands have agreed to do it, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh my gosh, how stoked are you for it? Because it's like, what, a 3-day festival now?
Well, it's the same festival for 3 days. So it's the same lineup each day, which I'm happy about because, like I was just saying a minute ago, like forget my band on this bill. Like if you showed me that bill when I was 15 years old, I would have sold a limb to go to it. Like Glassjaw and Taking Back Sunday. Like Glassjaw are the reason I wanted to be a singer, and then bands like Taking Back Sunday and the Used, and obviously got Paramore. Like the lineup, I don't know how I'm doing. Even with being there for 3 days, I'm like still like, am I going to get to see everyone that I want to see? So it's like, yeah, I share the excitement with everyone else. I'm like, yeah, this lineup is mental.
Insane, right? Yeah, I remember seeing that lineup. I'm like, if I was there, I would be there. I would be upset about my ex from middle school all over again. I'd be upset at my parents all over again. It would bring back so many memories. Awesome. I'm going to let you go. It was so good to talk to you, and good luck out on the road. Said fingers crossed, and have fun in Vegas in October, and we hope to see you in Nashville soon.
Yeah, you will.
Thanks, Oli.
Nice. See you later.